evening and welcome to the 4th annual Multicultural Achievement Ceremony. As you can see, I'm ready to celebrate with you. My name is Diana Aguirre, Director of Development and Alumni Relations. Buenas noches y bienvenidos a la cuarta ceremonia anual de logros multiculturales. Mi nombre es Diana Aguirre, una de las directoras de la Escuela de Ingeniería, y estoy lista para celebrar con ustedes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Raul Hinojosa, and I'm the Director of Community Engagement at UT Dallas, and Diana and I will be your hosts for the evening. Y mi nombre es Raúl Hinojosa, Director de Asuntos Comunitarios en UT Dallas. Seremos Diana y yo sus anfitriones esta tarde. Before we begin today's program, we'd like to start by acknowledging the history and legacy of colonization. UT Dallas stands on land originally settled and occupied by the Caddo, Wichita, and Comanche people. We recognize the history of UT Dallas begins with the forced removal of the indigenous people through the legacy of colonization.
The Multicultural Achievement Ceremony celebrates the academic achievement of graduating students and cultural groups supported by the Multicultural Center, Academic Bridge Program, Cultural Scholars Program, the Diversity Scholars Program, and the Undergraduate Success Scholars Program. On behalf of these programs, we want to welcome you to today's celebration. La ceremonia esta tarde celebra el logro académico de los alumnos que son parte de la clase de 2021. Los alumnos que estamos reconociendo hoy son parte de varios programas que apoyan a los alumnos, incluyendo el Centro Multicultural, Academic Bridge Program, Cultural Scholars, the Diversity Scholars, and the Undergraduate Success Scholars Program.
Students, your graduation from your university is a big deal. Actually, hold on. I'm going to get ready for the part. We're going to celebrate here because it really is a big deal. And Diana and I have special props and our outfits. We dressed up for you today. This is huge. And so we hope that today you will remember the ceremony and this really big milestone in your life. There are only a few things I remember about my graduation ceremony, but one of the clearest memories I have is how proud my family was of this occasion. The pride of my parents and my extended family who came to see me walk across the stage is something that I've cherished ever since then. While your graduation looks a little bit different, it's not any less special. Celebrate, do a happy dance, make sure to create memories about this moment that you will cherish for a long time. Today, we're excited to celebrate another year of your academic achievements, class of 2021, along with your family, friends, loved ones, and the greater UTD community. So starting now, we encourage you to go, whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, to share comments, to put shout outs in the live chat, and we'll be putting them across the stage or across the screen right here below us. So make sure you interact with us and throw some shout outs out there. We definitely want to see you celebrate together. Hoy nos complace celebrar otro año de logros académicos de la clase de 2001, juntos con tu familia, amigos y la gran comunidad de UTD. De parte de la administración, los queremos felicitar por su gran logro y darle la bienvenida a todos a nuestra celebración. So at this time, it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Richard C. Benson, President of UT Dallas, to deliver our official welcome.
Greetings, Comets. I miss getting to share our lovely campus with you and celebrate in person. Even though I don't know where you may be watching from, I hope you are here in spirit. It is important to me to congratulate you on your graduation from UT Dallas. And on behalf of your Comet family, I also want to let you know how very proud we are of you. You have made UT Dallas a better place because of your participation as a member of the Undergraduate Success Scholars, the Diversity Scholars Program, the Cultural Scholars, and the Academic Bridge Program. I also want to acknowledge the many organizational leaders and participants in the Multicultural Center's programming throughout the year. Your hard work and dedication are important to UT Dallas. You stepped forward to lend your voices to our efforts, and as a result, left a positive impact on your university. Without a doubt, your decision to earn a college degree will make the world a better place. You have persevered, especially in this most unusual year, to complete the requirements to graduate. And you have done so with great attitude and UTD spirit. I expect nothing less than a bright and exceptional future for each of you. Again, thank you for being a part of our lively Comet family. I look forward to the day when we can celebrate in person on our beautiful campus. Until then, stay strong and stay healthy. Whoosh.
Thank you, President Benson, or Presidente Benson, for that heartfelt welcome. We will now hear a special performance from the UT Dallas Novas a cappella ensemble.
UT Dallas, orange and green, founders' visionary dream, to inflame the scholar's heart, light a pathway through the dark, reaching out from earth to space, serving all the human race. Join as one in unity, alma mater UTD.
That was a really beautiful performance from the UTD a cappella choir. I love our school song, our alma mater. It's really beautiful. Well, so thank you, UTD a cappella choir. I now have the pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Venetia Harmon, an East Texas native of Tyler, Texas, majoring in historical studies and minoring in political science. While at UTD, Venetia has been a member of the Undergraduate Success Scholars, where she served as a family mentor. She's also been a peer advisor, where she helps students transition from high school to becoming college freshmen. She's been the vice president of the Black Student Alliance and is a member of the UT Dallas Student Ambassador Program. Venetia currently serves as an executive co-chair of the Ambassador Program. In fall 2020, Venetia became inducted in the sophisticated Sigma Mu chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, where she faithfully serves as a chapter secretary. Lastly, Venetia is the current president of the National Panhellenic Council for the Divine Nine Greeks. But besides being super involved, Venetia also has many academic highlights, and I want to share a few with you. She's received scholarships from the School of Arts and Humanities and has been selected as an Archer Fellow, which is a really huge deal. As an Archer Fellow, Venetia was able to spend her spring 2021 semester in Washington, D.C. and intern for the White House Historical Association, working to facilitate the National Student Art Competition. Venetia is graduating this May with honors, and it's so exciting to have her here today with us. Venetia, take it away.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Venetia Harmon, and I am a senior majoring in historical studies with a minor in political science. My life has never been an easy road. Hard work and dedication have attributed to my success. I come from a single-parent household where my grandmother worked 2 to 3 jobs while I was in high school to make ends meet. One of my greatest accomplishments and honors is being a first-generation college student. College was seen as inedible for me when looking at the statistics of students from my background. My family had never seen a college application and did not have the resources to search for them. However, my innate hunger for success motivated me to seek scholarships and grants through community leaders, counselors, mentors, so that I could get the best needs that I needed. Here I am with my senior year nearing an end, and I must say that it has been an incredible experience. I can remember the first time I stepped foot on this campus. Jitters rushed through my spine as I thought about the next chapter of my life. I had finally made it to the stage that many only dream to see. Smiles flooded the sidewalks, and a genuine feeling of belonging immersed my spirit. I knew that UT Dallas was a place for students to flourish and find their true calling. However, fate has its way of not always allowing dreams to come to pass easily. On May 1st, 2017, I received a letter from UT Dallas. Unzipped is the best way to describe the disbelief when I opened the letter of rejection from my dream school. I had just come home from school and checked the mailbox. My friends were getting their letters, and I knew mine would be in soon. On the top of the pile of letters was an envelope from Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. To this date, I had applied to at least 20 scholarships in the hopes of earning money to pay for my first year of school. I ripped open the letter. Yes, I had just won $1,000. My heart was racing. This brought my total to $10,000. I began to realize that I would really be going to college the next year. I had dreamed of this moment for the past 5 years. I took a breath and I looked at the stack of mail. Then I noticed the thin off-white colored envelope, not like the others in my hand. I shuffled the stack and noticed UT Dallas in orange on the return address. I knew this was my lucky day. A scholarship and my college acceptance all in one day. I ran as fast as I could into my grandmother's house, slapped down the rest of the mail, and exclaimed, "I finally got my letter, Granny." I inhaled as much as I could and carefully opened the precious document. The words, "We regret that we are unable to offer you admission," stared back at me. Confused, I read it again. It still did not make sense. I handed the letter to my grandmother, asking her to see if there was something I missed. And she simply said, "No, baby, sorry, they have rejected you." My head was spinning. How could this be? I had worked so hard. I had overcome so much. Someone had made a mistake. In the midst of disappointment, I cried, I screamed, and I reevaluated my self-worth. Questions flooded my mind on my application, my GPA, my test scores, and what I had done wrong. The bitter spirit of defeat began to overcome me, but I quickly decided that I would not give up on getting into UT Dallas. Therefore, I met with my mentor who helped me write a letter to UT Dallas asking them to reconsider my application. My last line read, "I know that each of you at some point have felt the way I do, and you all know how it feels to be the perfect pick only to be picked over." Additionally, I had my high school teachers and school counselors calling UT Dallas admissions office advocating for my acceptance. After a few weeks of effort, I received a letter that read, "Congratulations, you have been admitted into UT Dallas." I was elated with excitement, but I also knew that I had so much to prove when I came onto campus to justify my presence. Once I arrived on campus, I prioritized my classes and became active in different clubs and organizations. I connected with the Undergraduate Success Scholars Program where I served as a family leader and maximized all the resources that were provided for me. I also developed pivotal relationships with both Ms. Kimberly and Dixiana, who always supported me and kept me on the right track. I will forever be grateful for the blood, sweat, and tears these women poured into the underrepresented minority population here at UT Dallas. During my tenure as a Vice President for the Black Student Alliance, I enjoyed fellowshipping with and uplifting the Black community. As a peer advisor, I found fulfillment in helping students navigate through their first year of college and serving as a support system for them. Because it was important for me to represent Black students, I decided to apply to become a student ambassador. As a student ambassador, I made sure to use my position to open the doors for more opportunities for students of color. All of these organizations are comprised of different people to network with on a social and professional level. Having said this, our campus is notably one of the top 25 schools of diversity in the nation, which in my opinion makes it one of the most productive incubators for 21st century thinking. We have different nationalities, ethnicities, and cultures from all over the world, and it's nothing more astounding to see us all unite for the betterment of our future. Although the Black/African American population is amongst the lowest demographic, it is very promising to see the different outreach programs on campus to keep us all connected, such as the Multicultural Center. The Multicultural Center has always served as a safe hub for students of color on campus. I will forever be grateful for the encouraging words bestowed upon me from Mr. Arthur Gregg and Mr. Bruce, as well as the amazing programming efforts led by Ms. Adrian, Ms. Destiny, and all of the multicultural staff. Senior year here at UT Dallas has humbled me in every way possible when it comes to cherishing my life, health, and strength through the pandemic. It has forced me to have a new outlook on the world and how we operate. We have all had to adapt mentally to the challenging online modes of learning and figure out unique ways to socially engage with one another. Furthermore, I was granted the opportunity to spend this semester in Washington, D.C. as an Archer Fellow interning for the White House Historical Association, where I helped to create and facilitate the National Student Art Competition. While at this internship, I had the opportunity to see the White House across the street every day. This provided me with the continued inspiration that I needed to strive for my dream of becoming the President of the United States in 2040. All in all, I have learned that it does not matter where you come from. It only matters where you're headed. And any student at UT Dallas can be successful. Lastly, I knew that I was something rare in this world, regardless of my misfortunes. I had this fire burning in me, telling me to continue to persevere forward, no matter how many doors are constantly slammed in my face. And I never let an ounce of pity creep up inside of me. I always give 200% in everything I do, because I want to make this world a better place for all people and continue to fight to combat senseless acts of violence against the Black community. Oftentimes, I have to thank God for this innate hunger that I possess for success. With this gift, I have not only conquered all of my obstacles in life, but I have become a role model for young Black females living in poverty who are wanting to do better for themselves. Who would have ever thought that a 5-foot short Black female like me would have the opportunity of being able to be the senior student speaker for the multi-achievement ceremony for my university? I encourage each and every one of you to always know your worth and to never give up on your dreams, no matter how many times life knocks you down. Thank you.
Thank you, Venetia, for those inspirational words. I wish they would have issued a mascara alert because I've been back here trying to keep it together listening to you. Ooh, okay. At this time, I have the pleasure of introducing keynote speaker Rebecca Acuña, a fellow Hispanic 100 Hermana. Rebecca is a director of government affairs for PepsiCo. Yes, that PepsiCo, the one with the Cheetos and the Pepsi, where she represents the global portfolio before public policymakers and opinion leaders in 7 states. During the 2020 election season, she took a sabbatical to lead the Biden for President campaign in Texas. A veteran of the Texas State Capitol, Rebecca served as the chief of staff, and communications director for 3 members of the Texas House of Representatives and 1 member of Congress. DCEO magazine highlighted her in its 2021 edition of the Dallas 500, profiling the most influential leaders in North Texas. In 2020, Rebecca was recognized by the Dallas Business Journal as one of the 40 under 40. I think I remember those years. In 2019, the Hispanic 100 of Dallas gave Rebecca its inaugural Emerging Latina Leader Award. Rebecca is active in civic affairs and volunteers on the board of directors for Ignite Texas, the Child Care Group of Dallas, and the Workforce Solutions of Greater Dallas. She holds a Bachelor of Arts from the University of Texas at Austin. Please join me in welcoming Rebecca Acuña for our ceremonial address.
Welcome. I'm Rebecca Acuña, and I'm so proud to be a part of your special day. To all the proud parents, the abuelitas, the brothers and sisters, the tias and tios, the neighbors and family and friends, this is your moment too. To everyone watching who supported our graduates, we salute you. And thank you for that generous introduction. There's so much valuable life experience that doesn't go in a bio. Mistakes are made, the struggle and pain are left out. The person I am today is the product of a past full of obstacles and endeavors. During this celebration, which marks the beginning of the rest of your lives, there's no better time to reflect on our past, our present, and our future. But first, let's talk about Harry Potter. In the 2004 film, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry is charged with an impossible task. He must go back in time to rescue his friends and himself. But in order to do so, he has to take on these powerful dark forces known as Dementors, more than 100 of them. And in order to defeat them, he must summon a spell that is so difficult, he thinks it can't be done. But because of this time travel, Harry's had the benefit of observing himself from the sidelines. And so what did he see? He saw himself defeating the Dementors, which made him certain he could defeat them in the present. Expecto Patronius, he yells, casting the spell that drives away the Dementors. Now, when Harry awakes, he exclaims, "It was me! I saw myself conjuring the Patronius before. I knew I could do it this time because I'd already done it." Harry knew he could take on this seemingly impossible task and succeed because he had already seen himself do it. Now, I know you're wondering, what does Harry Potter have to do with us? Well, on this graduation celebration, I know you're happy, but I also know that you may be feeling some natural uncertainty about the future. And I'm here to tell you that your future is bright, that you take on great tasks, that you do big things, you take your family forward to places you've only dreamt of. Because like Harry in The Prisoner of Azkaban, I've already seen you do it. I've seen it because I am just like you. I have lived your story and I know what your future holds. But let's start with the past. In December 2006, I sat for my own graduation celebration from the University of Texas, my proud parents in attendance, and like many of you, as the first person in my family to graduate from college. It was a trek just getting to that point. You see, my family and I came to the US from Mexico when I was just 6 years old. And like many of the parents of our proud graduates watching today, my parents worked hard on their feet their entire lives. My dad in a Mexican food restaurant, my mom starting off her work in the US as a waitress, first at a Chinese restaurant, then at a Denny's, and eventually worked her way up to becoming a cashier at Home Depot, where she worked on her feet for more than 13 years. So as high school graduation got closer, I realized that I had another dilemma. See, I was an immigrant student, a dreamer, and at that moment, Texas law didn't yet allow students like me to attend colleges and universities in Texas as Texas residents. So when the law changed, just before the start of my senior year, I was among the first cohort of dreamers to attend a public school in Texas under this new law. So figuring out how to apply for college was very hard. But as you know, getting through college wasn't easy either. Like you, I leaned on our Multicultural Information Center on campus. And when a student group organized an event on campus meant to demean students like me, a so-called immigrant hunt, it was the students I met through the organization who organized a counter event in solidarity. It was the counseling and advice of the faculty at the center that consoled me. It was through service in student organizations that I learned skills that I would put on my first resume and made lifelong friends. Now, fast forward back to my graduation, and behind that smile on my face, I was terrified. I was broke. Not just broke, I now had student debt. And I didn't have a job waiting for me. I couldn't even work. At that time, there was no such thing as DACA. It was a rough time for my whole family. My parents couldn't afford the mortgage. They were forced to sell our house. They bounced from apartment to apartment. We were swimming at maximum effort just to stay above water. So when I was finally permitted to work, I was hungry. And while I started behind, waiting a couple of years after graduation before I could start working, I knew how to swim. So I outworked many of the individuals in my field with effort, because that is all I knew. And I noticed that many of my life experiences, many of these past obstacles, they became assets in my professional environment. In campaigns, it meant that I knew how to speak with communities like ours. In corporate affairs, it means that I understand our consumer base. I share my past story because it is also your story. You are allies with a shared experience, people who gave extraordinary effort just to make it to today. You are allies confronting simultaneous challenges, a global pandemic, climate change, and racial injustice. Many of you are first-generation college students. But while many times you felt like giving up, you didn't. You've had to work harder than many of your peers. And despite all of that, you are going to hold that diploma in your hand. Friends and family, I know it's been hard. I know you have gone through some tough moments. But remember, I have seen your future. Because once we have a degree in our hand, it is because of our past that we excel. Because of my past, I am present. And since I joined the workforce, I've gotten to do some really great things. I've helped make policy on Capitol Hill and at our Texas Capitol in Austin, while working for members of Congress and the state legislature. I worked on big federal and statewide campaigns, most recently leading the Biden-Harris campaign in Texas. In my job at PepsiCo, I travel all over America to work with elected officials and help advise on community investments that align with our company's values. Things like our racial equality journey, scholarships for Black and Hispanic students, and our newly announced Women's Workforce Initiative. But it is because of my past that I can better represent our communities, because after I had that degree in my hand and after I had my first shot at working, I couldn't be stopped, and neither can you. Which brings us to your future. You are going to change our world. That friend of yours who you met while tabling for your Latino student organization, she goes on to become a powerful legislator. That student you met at a professional conference, he becomes a partner at a major law firm, winning big cases for his clients. The classmate who helped organize the Black Lives Matter chapter on your campus goes on to work at the White House. You go on to do big things. You lead departments in major corporations making new developments while giving back. You head up nonprofit organizations. You are mayors and senators and state representatives. You are professors and university chancellors. You run campaigns. You are marketing whizzes. And yes, the idea about the new device you've been thinking about, you develop it, and it's a hit. You make a mark in your community, changing the life of your family now and for future generations. I know because I have seen you do it. I know because I have lived your story, and I am just like you. So as you ponder the seemingly impossible tasks before you, remember, expecto patronius, you've got this. Your entire life has prepared you for what's to come. Congratulations, University of Texas at Dallas, class of 2021. We look forward to watching you conquer seemingly impossible tasks.
Gracias, Rebecca, for those inspiring words. Diana and I both know Rebecca really well, and she is a force and powerful person, a inspiring person. And I love the part at the end where she talks about you all being world changers. Venetia and all of our students watching online, we can't wait to see what happens in your future. And we know Rebecca's spot on in her message today. So thank you for your speech and your comments today, Rebecca. We have a special message now that we'd like to show to you from the UT Dallas Dean of Undergraduate Education, Dr. Jessica Murphy.
I am delighted to have the opportunity to congratulate you all on your achievements. UT Dallas is so grateful that you chose us and brought your intellectual and social gifts to share with our university community for the years of your study. I'm hopeful that you will not be strangers after graduation, but continue to be part of our UT Dallas family. Before I recognize some of the particular achievements of students in the programs represented here, I'd like to send a huge thank you to all of the staff and student workers who make all of the programs celebrated here possible. Every single person you have had the opportunity to work with on your journey at UT Dallas is 100% committed to seeing students reach their potential. Thank you to all of them. And now, to brag on our students in these programs who are consistently impressive and inspiring. Students in the Diversity Scholars Program have been ambassadors across campus by engaging in various events and continuing to promote diversity and equity on campus. Demonstrating their commitment to success, scholars continue to perform exceptionally well academically by achieving a cumulative grade point average of 3.4. Scholars participated in events with the Multicultural Center and the Gender Center to help develop their diversity, equity, and inclusion knowledge and put in over 250 hours of engagement. 13 of these fabulous scholars are graduating this spring. Congratulations to them. Academic Bridge Program scholars are driven, goal-oriented, they strive for success, and they have been prepared to become mentors, community volunteers, and leaders, as well as professionals. They have been influential in guiding their fellow peers to become successful students and future leaders on and off campus. Academic Bridge Program scholars have held various campus organization leadership roles while maintaining and excelling in their own respective studies. Having been first-generation college students, Academic Bridge Program scholars continue to strive to create a brighter future for themselves, their families, and their communities. 20 Academic Bridge Program scholars are graduating this spring. Congratulations to them. Undergraduate Success Scholar graduates have demonstrated their commitment to learn, serve, and lead. The resilience they displayed was evident in their engagement in virtual Saturday workshops, intensive leadership trainings, volunteer and community engagement opportunities, and participation in other personal and professional development events. Many of our graduating seniors were dedicated to enriching the experience of others through leadership and service. This year, 35 student leaders mentored 120 USS freshmen. USS volunteered with Viva Volunteer, MLK Day of Service, and the USS Spring Volunteer event. Their service work supported the UT Dallas Comic Cupboard, the North Texas Food Bank, and the Smithsonian's Digital Project, among other campus and community partners. 30 scholars are graduating this spring. Congratulations to them. The Multicultural Center celebrates the diversity of our underrepresented minority students who have been influential in this year's leadership conferences and programs. With an increase of over 95% of students who attended these programs, this year marks the 5th that saw over 15 students attend the Student Conference on Latino Affairs, or SCOLA, held at Texas A&M University. Positive comments from the program included, quote, "I look forward to applying what I learned at SCOLA in my personal and my professional life. I am more appreciative of the diversity around me and will continue advocating for diversity and inclusion," end quote. The Cultural Scholars Program provides individualized support and mentoring for underrepresented minority students who receive UT Dallas's Academic Excellence Scholarship. This spring, the program is proud to honor the 33 seniors who will be graduating. 3 graduates have served in leadership positions during their time at UT Dallas. Under their leadership, the program saw 3 consecutive years of high reported engagement. Nearly a third of all graduates have been accepted into graduate and medical schools, including the first cultural scholar to be admitted into a Doctor of Physical Therapy program at UT Southwestern. 5 graduates will be entering the workforce shortly after graduating. Congratulations. Congratulations to our phenomenal students. We look forward to seeing what comes next.
Thank you, Dean Murphy, for those kind words and for sharing the impressive accomplishments of our graduating students. Yes, applause, applause, applause. See, we know y'all are good, but not everyone else does too. Now, who's ready for some entertainment? I know that I am. So now we're going to hear a performance by Shy Speaks. But first, let me share her bio. So Shy Speaks is an American hip hop and spoken word artist from Dallas. With her soulful voice and thoughtful lyrics and dynamic stage presence, Shy converts audiences into instant fans. Simply put, Shy Speaks is Renaissance. As evident in her mission to treat the words artist, advocate, and activist as one in the same, the female lyricist is expanding her catalog of inspirational music and poetry to showcase a fresh, universal sound. You may have seen her recently on WFAA's Good Morning Texas TV show, giving opening performances along Ludacris, Tory Lanez, Ty Tribbett, and Jeezy with her live band. She has been featured on various projects, college platforms, and press outlets. Not to mention, she is a 5-time Spoken Word Artist of the Year awardee. She's on a mission to bring balance to urban culture through music, lyricism, and the power of her voice. And now, Shy Speaks.
What's up, UT Dallas? Shout out to all the graduating students. This is the Multicultural Achievement Ceremony, and I'm extremely excited to be a part of it. Why? Because I get to give you a performance from an independent artist perspective who'll be out here grinding. Now, the truth of the matter is, you and I have a lot in common. See, if you are a part of this ceremony, that is an indication that you have been grinding. I don't care what community you come from. Well, I do care. African, Latinx, Asian, whichever community. Listen, to me, if you're adulting and you graduate, you be grinding. I said, if you're adulting and you graduating, you've been grinding, right? And so I want to do a song to celebrate that. We got to celebrate the fact that we've been grinding. I mean, it's not easy, and not everybody can do it, but you can. So let's do a remix to a song you probably know. It says, I don't know, I be independent grinding, independent, listen, I be independent grinding, independent, listen, I be independent grinding. So the way this is gonna go, right, is that you are going to say grinding when I say grinding, because we all celebrating. Let's get it. Okay, so this is hip hop, but I know you probably heard them. Money, swag, smurder, women stripping and tipping and flipping keys like a locksmith, working hard to be fly, sitting in your cockpit by any means necessary, even if it's crime. Well, I'm on some APG, all positive grind. What you know about them college studies, late night when all you had is real like Jada on a date night and all you had is determination and late registration. Shout out to Kanye and my college graduation. I made it in America. All I had was the God in me, like Tina and Erica. Bloody Mary, kind of scary, grew up with no parents, running around in the hood, trying to find some New Balance, get it running, New Balance, rap needs some New Balance, old dogs, new tricks, need some new talent, so here I go like I'm Mr. Cole. Gimmicks, greatly giving my gift, gosh, no gimmicks, there I go with that alliteration. I almost started playing acrobats with these alphabets and broke my concentration. I be grinding, independent, listen, you be independent, grinding, independent, if you hear, you are grinding, independent, you might as well say it now, grinding, independent, celebrate. Positive, nah, it wasn't. I just started reversing my life on some straight Benjamin Button, took them negatives from negligence and polished them to positives. So spiritually rich, you wouldn't have known I was impoverished. Promised from the start that if I made art, I would go cardiovascular and come straight from the heart. Feeling like Cupid, the music of the art. And I know what I'm gonna do with these darts. I'ma aim where you see red and I'ma split it apart. Moses mine. You don't wanna be in the blind when it comes closing time. Wait, hold up, shot, stop it. That's another topic. Throw me any topic. I go Houston like a rocket. I say, hold up, stop it. That's another topic. I'm from Dallas, I'm a maverick. I go Houston when I rock it. That's that versatility. That's that good music. Remind me of these rappers, they do not know how to use it. That's probably why they abuse it. I don't know. I be independent grinding. Independent, listen, you been independent grinding. Independent, I'm celebrating you for grinding. Independent, listen. I say it right here, you grinding in the independent, in the. Okay, whew. Okay, let me break it down. Let me break it. Independent grinding ain't the only way to make it. I know you got a dream, wanna get it out your head. So you think you need a team, but you gotta get out the bed first, and that starts with you though. This ain't martial art, can't be worrying about them and them. This ain't martial art, get it? You probably don't, so let me break it down more. Life is more solitary than Connect 4. Gotta grind on your own if you wanna gain respect in your Geronimo effect to have a domino effect. Them the colors that I apply to paint a good picture to make sure you fulfill goals like NFL kicker. Listen, grind on your own if you want to gain respect in your Geronimo effect to have a domino effect. Them the colors that I apply to paint a good picture. Make sure you fulfill goals like NFL kickers. I be grinding in the independent. Listen, all of us out here grinding in the independent. If you graduated, you been grinding in the independent. UTDU grinding in the independent. If you are coming, I know you've been grinding. Ooh. How do I know this? I know this because the truth of the matter is, not only do we have the independent grinding coming, I too am a UT Dallas alumni. I'm a comment, so I know what it means to be on the indie UTD grind.
What? That was amazing. I am so glad, Diana, that they turned off my camera because I was busting a move here and grinding here in the house. And here's the thing, like our students are still grinding. I know y'all are grinding because you still got finals these next 2 weeks. So I know you guys still feel that, but that was amazing, Shy Speaks. Thank you for that. And we have more Shy Speaks coming up later. So stay tuned for that. You're definitely going to want to hear some more from Shy Speaks. So here's the thing. Diana and I love being YouTube and Facebook famous, but we also have to share the stage now with some of our colleagues who are part of our partner programs. So we're going to invite them up to share a little bit more about their individual programs and share some words about students and their programs. So the first person I'd like to invite is Jackie Long from the Academic Bridge Program. Jackie, welcome. Take it away.
All right. First of all, I want to give greetings to everybody from Dr. George Fair, the Dean, Chairman, and founder of the Academic Bridge Program, and from our director, Ms. Soli Gramai. Now, remarks to our graduating Bridge seniors. I have one more UTD story for you, and this story is about Dr. Jameson. When he first came to UTD as the Vice President of Business Affairs. And he started a Comet Pride Beautification campus-wide program. And he told the story of walking across campus with then President Dr. Daniels, and they were strolling off campus, and he saw some trash on the ground, and he just naturally just stopped, picked it up, and just threw it in the trash can. So, Dr. Daniels sort of like called him on it. And Dr. Jameson said, that's the way I was brought up. And no matter where I go, no matter how old I get, I hear those voices in my past, in the back of my mind, just telling me to do the right thing. So my wish to you Bridge graduates is that no matter where you go, and no matter how old you get, you will always hear the Bridge, the voice of the Bridge program, in the back of your head. Dr. Fair, commitment, competency, character, caring, confidence. From Soli, you're adults now. Be responsible for your own decisions. Be on time. If you give your word, keep your word. From Dusta and Floor in tutoring, don't wait till the last minute. Start early. Don't fall behind. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Hear my voice as a mentor. The mentor's tools are words. Watch what you say. Watch how you say it. Words matter. For Guarantee 4.0, time management, stress management, your brain is in charge. And most importantly, remember your words. Hear your voice in the back of your head. Drug-free, alcohol-free, academically honest. Went where I was supposed to go, and I did what I was supposed to do. So, in closing, my last remarks to you is actually a reminder of my first remarks to you. When you first came on this campus as an academic bridge program, at our very first meeting with your parents, and I told you that the goal of the academic bridge program is not to get you to UTD, but to graduate you from UTD. Well, you've done it. You fulfilled that goal. You are graduating from UTD, and from me and everyone in the academic bridge program, we congratulate you. And from the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Yes, for sure. That's awesome. Mission accomplished for the Academic Bridge Program students. We're super proud of you. Great job. So next, I'd like to invite Cynthia Sorto from the Department of Community Engagement to share some remarks on behalf of the Diversity Scholars Program. Cynthia?
Good evening, friends, family, and scholars. I, Cynthia Sorto, along with Raul Hinojosa, are the advisors for the Diversity Scholars Program. Our program has an amazing group of scholars that work really hard every year to reach for that goal and dream of graduating. And this year, we are especially proud of the class of 2021 for accomplishing this great feat, whether it be going to DSP academic check-ins, workshops, mandatory meetings. You have put in so much work over the years and semester to get to this big day. And we wanted you to know how proud of you we are. It has been our pleasure to be on this journey with you and help you along the way. May you also find some time to celebrate this momentous occasion with families and friends, and know that we are cheering for you from afar. We hope that as UT Dallas alumni, you will be successful in all you set out to do, and that you face the world and its occasional roadblocks with the same determination and enthusiasm that you have displayed during your time here. We hope to reconnect with you soon, but as always, remember, once a DSP scholar, always a DSP scholar. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Thanks, Cynthia. Shout out DSP. We're proud of you. Yay. All right. So next, I want to welcome Derek Jackson from the Office of Undergraduate Education to present on behalf of the Cultural Scholars Program. Derek?
Thank you, Raul. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in to the Multicultural Achievement Ceremony. We're live. I am so glad that I had a little bit of time to catch my breath because I was not sitting down during Shy Speaks presentation. I was up dancing around my area here, which the Cultural Scholars already know that. So my name is Derek Jackson. I serve as a program specialist for the Cultural Scholars Program through the Office of Undergraduate Education. And together with our Senior Associate Dean, Dr. Courtney Burkane, we've had the honor and privilege of supporting our cultural scholars as they make their way through this amazing journey that they are now completing. This class in particular has a very special place in my heart for a very special reason, because I began my role as the Cultural Scholars Program Specialist nearly 3 years ago this October when the current class were sophomores. Sabrina Gambini, who will be graduating this semester, is a Cultural Scholars leader. And she was actually on my hiring committee. She interviewed me for the role. And I just want to say, Sabrina, thank you so much for your faith in me. I really appreciate it. Another Cultural Scholars leader, Anthony Mata, was the first student I sent an email to in my official capacity. Anthony, thank you so much for what you've done for our program. And thank you for putting up with a little bit of my awkwardness as I was hoping to craft a perfectly chef's kiss email to my first ever student. you have all been there with me as I've grown, and now you are graduating. So yes, this one hits a little bit different, and I am just enormously proud of every single cultural scholar that's graduating this semester, because you did so under such unique circumstances, and just proves how tenacious you have been and how you have relentlessly pursued your goals. I have thoroughly enjoyed being on this journey with you through our one-on-ones, through our events together, playing kickball together, and just hearing about your goals and your dreams. I really appreciate it. You have inspired me to continue to take this program, our Cultural Scholars Program, and reach it to even grander heights. So on behalf of myself and Dr. Burkane, I just want to say congratulations again, and do know that my people will be in touch with your people to get you on our Cultural Scholars Podcast, Derico Podcast to Go. So with that, be well, stay safe, and as I always say, you're all breathtaking. Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Yay! Thanks, Derek. That's awesome. Now we'd like to welcome Destinylbert to share some words on the behalf of the Multicultural Center. Destiny?
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Raul, for that introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Destinylbert. I serve as the Assistant Director of Student Success and Outreach in the Multicultural Center. And on behalf of the Multicultural Center, we provide a variety of quality cultural programs, educational resources, and leadership opportunities and support services that enhance the ability of our UT Dallas students to achieve success in their academic, personal, and work lives. And so with that said, we would like to congratulate our Multicultural Center graduates on a job well done. We knew that you could do it, and we are so proud of you. We here at the MC have watched you develop your talents, use your voice, and achieve amazing goals. Take with you all of the experiences you've received, use those networks of friends, faculty, and staff, and make a difference in this world. In the words of Edgar A. Guest, when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low but the debts are high, and I repeat that, when the funds are low but the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you will, but don't you give up, and don't you quit. I virtually stand before you 2021 to let you know that your hard work, your sleepless nights, and your tears are not in vain. You come out victorious. And remember, hope, faith, and determination. These will be the key people on your journey. Know that you have all the resources, such as the UT Dallas Career Center, the Alumni Association, and the Multicultural Center. Use these resources for all of which they're worth, and that's exactly what they're in existence for. I would also like to remind you to remember to give back to those who have helped you along the way, and be that person for the next class of UT Dallas alumni to walk across that stage, whatever that stage may look like for the coming months. I want you to also know you already have conquered so much. You have remained safe through a global pandemic. You've maintained your grades no matter what they look like, and you've come out one crazy year on the winning side. You all are history. Let the world know just how special that UT Dallas legacy is. So I would like to say, and on behalf of the Multicultural Center, we wish you, each of you, much success and the ability to impact many lives. Once again, congratulations to you and your family. Wish.
Thank you, Destiny. Those were beautiful words. Thank you for sharing that with us. Way to go. All right, finally, or I should say last but not least, I would love to welcome my colleague, Kimberly Edwards, from the Office of Undergraduate Education to speak about the Undergraduate Success Scholars Program. Take it away, Kimberly.
Awesome. Good morning or good afternoon. Where am I? family, and friends. I'm Kimberly Edwards, the Assistant Director in the Office of Undergraduate Education. And USS, yes, as we lovingly call it, want to celebrate our graduating seniors. On behalf of Senior Associate Dean Burkeen, as well as Dixiana Chavez, we are so excited and as well as honored to have traversed with you throughout your undergraduate experience. For 4 or more years, you all have engaged in one-on-one meetings as we've outlined your goals, and you all actively took steps to complete those goals. You engaged in workshops, family and friends. These workshops were on Saturdays. So they engaged in workshops that supported their growth and development, either academically, personally, or professionally. And then they were also very intentional about expanding their leadership experience, whether they were mentors in the Family Mentorship Initiative or served on our leadership planning board. They enrich our seniors. You all have enriched your undergraduate experience and was intentional about enriching the experience of others. And you not only did this in years prior, but you even did it now in some of our nations as well as our globe's most challenging times. I want to leave you all with these words because I'm so inspired by you, and I want for you all to continue this journey beyond here. That your journey has molded you to be a part of the greater good. And you all had exactly what you needed to do actually this moment right here. And that is to complete your degree. In those situations, there's nothing that you missed. Nothing stopped you, nothing hindered you, but you were able to complete your degree and cross that finish line. And so just know that your USS team is so proud of you. We salute you. We're inspired by you. And we know that as a comment, you will continue to blaze a trail in your next chapter. So congratulations. We are so excited and we'll miss you. But this is see you later. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great one.
That's so awesome.
Woohoo! And now the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to acknowledge our 2021 spring and fall graduates. We're not able to come together physically to celebrate all in one place, but we still want to acknowledge all of our graduating students, as this is a big milestone for each of you. And we want you to join in the fun. Take this opportunity to post shout outs, clap emojis, heart emojis in the chat box. And here we go.
Oh my gosh. No graduation ceremony is complete without T-Mock right there at the end.
Amen. Okay, so how many of you felt some butterflies right before you saw your name come across the screen and then when it was called, right? Okay, now multiply that by 10, probably even more. That's what it's going to feel like when you walk across the actual stage. So when the details are released, please come and join us at one of the ceremonies on campus. You know, as part of the Johnson School's development team, I have the pleasure of celebrating on the mall with all of you, with our graduates. You know, we hand out a small gift from the school. So I want to see how distinguished you're going to look in your robes, showing the world, you know, what all you accomplished with your various colored cords, your Greek stoles. Shout out to my gammas. But honestly, nothing beats the expression of pride we all get to see on your family members' faces, especially from our parents and our grandparents who have sacrificed so much. As a first generation student, believe me, I know, I understand. So, you know, you and your family have worked hard for this, so let us celebrate on campus soon. And yes, I'll probably be wearing one of these silly headbands, making it easy for you to find me.
I love your headwear, Diana. It's very nice. The little graduation ears there. So I'll tell you a little bit of advice that I give all the students when they're graduating. I tell them when they call your name on the stage, so you have, you know, like Diana said, participate in the in-person ceremonies when they get rescheduled. And when they call your name, some people grab their diploma and they walk really fast and they shake hands really fast and they get off the stage. But no, you need to do the opposite. Walk really slow, enjoy every moment, soak in every sound that the crowd is making. Look, you worked really hard for however many years it took you to get there. So soak it in and don't rush through that stage. And also, if you walk slower, you're less likely to trip and fall, which would be horrible. Like, we don't want that to happen either. So,
especially
yeah.
Yeah.
So some of you, you will be wearing some high heels, so you don't want to do that. So definitely soak it in and walk. Enjoy every moment that you get when you get to do that. So as we prepare to close the 2021 Multicultural Achievement Ceremony, we encourage each of you to complete the program evaluation on your screen. You'll see the QR code. Just scan it with your telephone, and it should take you to the evaluation. The evaluation is really helpful for you to help us continue to improve our programs. So make sure you take a moment to do that. We'd also like to express our sincere thanks to each honoree, to family, friends, and loved ones for making this a great occasion. And we hope that you'll continue to celebrate your achievements in the safest way possible. Please stay in touch with us, join the Alumni Association, and come back to visit often. You're part of our Comet family and our multicultural family, and we can't wait to hear about your successes after graduation. But before we go, I just want to mention one other thing that's not on the script. I want to say thank you to all of the people in our partner programs who helped put together today's Multicultural Achievement Ceremony. And in particular, there's a couple of people who are in the background that are handling our business, putting all your shout outs and putting our names up and all the technical stuff. So Dixie and Bruce, thank you for running the show and keeping us going. And a special shout out also to Destiny, our fearless leader, who got all of us on the same page and brought us together. Destiny did an awesome job helping organize us and bring us together. And compañera, thank you for being my co-host. I had so much fun with you, and I'm so glad that we got to share this special moment with our students. So congratulations again to the amazing class of 2021. At this time, we'd like to welcome back Shy Speaks to close us out for another poem performance. So get up, dance, enjoy, move, whatever happens with Shy Speaks, you feel it, and join in, and have a good evening. Stay safe, and whoosh.
Shout out for all the hard work that you've been putting in. I salute you, I see you, and I celebrate it. Now, it's great to celebrate what we've done, but we also have to encourage and admonish each other to reflect and sit in what it means to really, really embody success. Not just the success that we've kind of come from, but even the success that we are going to. And so I actually wrote this poem. The poem is entitled Dear Everybody, and to me, it is specifically for you. So, without further ado, allow me to encourage you. Yeah. Listen, dear everybody, and by everybody, I do mean everybody. This is a message for target markets in particular classes. You see, body of, by definition, usually means a large amount or the masses. Well, may these words be your masses, the light that blinds you into perfect sight so that you'll know whatever the mask is you were wearing will no longer be necessary. I see you. It's okay to be you. And I'm not talking scientific matter when I say that there's a power within you. It's special. And it's something that only you possess. And in case you haven't heard it in a while, you are a king, a queen. You are royalty regardless of your riches. In fact, the major truth is, if you spend your entire life chasing C notes, you'd be like those who often catch early grades. In other words, you'd be flat. So I implore you to embrace a stark reality. Your value is not predicated on the subject of your possessions. You possess a power, so protect it. And everybody that allows toxicity to sit too long grows infected. So rid yourself of all things relationally, spiritually, and emotionally harmful. Listen, everybody needs a detox. Don't spend more time trying to express yourself than refresh yourself, or more energy trying to exert that you just wind up being inert. It's not worth it. Take time to spring clean spiritually and time to evict emotions that can no longer afford to take up residence within you. And please, don't be puzzled when you have to purge somebody who pained you. Please, don't be puzzled when you and them are not a perfect fit. There are millions and billions of people on this planet with whom you can try to connect. And when you do, be grateful. Be faithful, and always be thankful. Thankful for the good that God has brought you to. You know, we're always talking about the good that we've been brought from and whispering, "Thy kingdom come." Well, listen, UTD graduates, your best days are ahead of you, not back in the day. In life as it comes may be difficult, but you are geared for this, so keep grinding. Now go. Be the revolution that this world still needs to see. Signed, Shy Speaks. Thank you guys so much for listening. It has been an honor to both celebrate and admonish you for your accomplishments. Remember, you are geared for this, so keep grinding. Again, now go. Be the revolution that this world still needs to see.